23 players are locked and loaded for the FC Pro Open. One spot remains. Will it be iMertal? Will it be AboFawzi? Well, we're about to find out. This isn't the first time they've played during this tournament. They matched up in the first round of Swiss. The first game of the tournament. It was a 5-3 win to AboFawzi. Will history repeat itself, or will it be revenge for iMertal? We're about to find out. This is plans to be an incredible game. So much on the line. Richard Buckley and Casey to guide you through this game. Will it be revenge, or will it be a repeat victory for AboFawzi?
Honestly, can't give you a prediction on that one. Could go either way, but I will say they're both coming out of very, very different games. Coming out of a pen shootout is a very different mental situation than beating someone 7-1, so I'm curious how that's going to affect the entire outcome of the game.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens during this matchup. It plans to be an extraordinary battle of who can keep their composure, who can deal with the nerves, and who, above all else, simply wants it more. 7-1 victory for AboFawzi against Agit Power. He will be probably switched off from minute 60 throughout the rest of that game. He knows the results in the bag. He knows that he's got it under control. On the other side of it, you're just coming out of a penalty shootout. Everything's high. You're feeling like you could run through a brick wall, being completely honest. And then you've got to bring it back down. You've got to bring it back down to a pretty level mindset. Do you think he can do that, iMertal? Or is the confidence from AboFawzi just too much?
I mean, I definitely think he can. He's a veteran in the scene. He's been in similar situations like this before. And also, he's played massive names in this entire tournament. I'm talking Montexer, Uma, Lucas, Manu. And so he's been through some tough situations to get him into this spot here. And everything is on the line. I will also say, you mentioned AboFawzi. He might have been clocked out after the 4th or 5th goal up against Agit. Can he clock back in for this one?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes. This is the first chance of the game. iMertal looking to twist and turn away from his defender there, but stands up strong. Georgia Stanway, look for that pinged pass plus play style, and we just watched Gareth Bale put on an incredible show. Will it be another Gareth Bale masterclass similar to the San Siro ripping Mike on the wing, or will it be a defensive clutch-up from iMertal? Sophia Smith with the speed boost around Theo Hernandez, but he stands strong and defends well.
And it's important to remember that the winner of this match will be entering into Group B with players like Anders, Wanos, LJRP's Shoto, Nicholas, and Manu Bashore, which is not an easy situation, but they can't even be thinking about that at this point. It is one game at a time, but only one player in this match.
Gerard! First 7 minutes of the game, Stevie G puts his footprint in it and maybe plants the flag for AboFawzi. It was laid into him. It was a hellacious strike, green times, and iMertal turns his head in disgust.
Great assist from Georgia Stanway as well. Only a couple players have that item on their team in this entire tournament. And so you could see how vital a player like that is. Trailblazers, Georgia Stanway.
Let us know in the chat at home. We can see you, and we'll be bringing in your predictions on who you think will win this game. Will it be iMertal? Will it be AboFawzi? Let us know a score as well, because Case will never give a score prediction. Never mind a clear winner. So put your neck on the line and get your prediction in. We've given you a head start. It's 1-0 already. Will you stick with AboFawzi, or will you twist and think iMertal can turn this game around? Good defending from the Twisted Minds representative. Some tournament they've had as well.
Absolutely. Stingray Jr. already qualifying. Can we make it 2?
Then Mbappe coming forward. Courtois goes to ground and just about gets a hand on it. Really, really tight there. Looking to create again, but doing some bit of defending just to clear the lines. Bastian Schweinsteiger linking into Rodman, but her pass is poor and gives AboFawzi a chance to come forward here. There's a real urgency to get the ball forward as quick as possible to try and put a real implant on this game when you're in such a tight and contested affair. If you can go 2-3 goals up very quickly, your opponent's head might drop. They've got so far, and if they were to suffer a defeat at this stage, it could be really, really devastating to confidence.
Especially with both players. They've been through a roller coaster of games. Both players went 3-2 in the Swiss stage, and so that was difficult. Then to go through the groups, multiple wins, multiple losses. They're able to get through on goal differential. For a second, they probably thought that it was the end of their journey, but they have this last chance, and it is everything on the line.
Rafael Leao burning away. Rapid Plus was activated for a second there to get that instant acceleration, but William Saliba showing his turn of pace to get back in, and with Anticipate Plus cleanly win the tackle. Sophia Smith linking into Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe, cheese coming in strong, and a Trevella into the bottom left corner. He is just the go-to man in every occasion.
The way the ball sticks to Mbappe's foot in this situation as well is just, I mean, he doesn't have to green time it. Perfect situation that iMertal has set up there with the most expensive man on the pitch.
He's got Velcro connected to his boot and the ball. I don't think anyone expected a high-scoring sort of 7-8 goal swing in this game. I expected, given the circumstances, it was going to be tight. It was going to be quite a narrow affair, and that in the opening 20 minutes is what we've got. Starry XX, iMertal, let's go. Asmaf Adams saying Fawzi is on fire. He certainly is, and Steven Gerrard has made it too. Give him the space on the edge of the box at your peril.
We see the emotions on the screen as we look back at the goal. Rafael Leao in the box, twisting and turning up into Gareth Bale. Green time shot with Gerrard. I mean, great ball movement in there.
And it's always manipulating that space on the edge of the box. Where and how can you get Steven Gerrard approaching the ball, approaching the play at the right time to hit that power shot plus? It really is so mechanical, and just trying to manipulate and predict where your opponent's going to step. And now he's laid the implant of, he's done it twice already. That's where these balls over the top start to really pay dividends, because now he's expecting him to cut it back on the edge. When you're so good at doing one element of the game, in which, as you can see, that power shot on the edge of the box, he's got it down to a T. Now iMertal has to think about it every time.
He does, but then there's a flipping point where if he does something different, he's expecting that, and he's maybe going in for a tackle that he doesn't need to, and it puts him in a bad position. So he needs to keep him on his toes.
Just to give you the context of this game, the FC Pro Open Global Qualifier closes after this. The qualifier is over. We go into the official Pro Open from the last Monday in November 25th. Mark it in your diaries. 24 players will begin their journey in the Pro Open. 4 groups of 6 competitors battling it out every single Monday. 8 weeks of competition before we crown our FC Pro Open 25 champion. It was PH Zinn last season who reigned on top before Anders Vergen got the last laugh in Berlin at the World Championships. Everything links together. You can see all the information on how the season, including your own domestic leagues in the country that you're competing in, and how you can get involved and maybe dethrone Anders. Find all the information on social media and Make sure you stay connected with what plans to be, if this weekend has got anything to go by. An incredible FC 25 season. Mbappe, yellow times, good save.
And you know what's crazy, Rich? We have seen so much amazing FC this weekend. We haven't seen 7 players that are at the top level yet, and they're coming back in the weeklies.
We're not seeing Levy play. We're not seeing Anders play. We've not seen the Moroccan superstar Sharif in action.
Yuval.
PH Zin. It's going to be incredible once we get the ball rolling, including our #1 ranked player in the world, Jafonso, in week 1 will be kicking off the action. Who will join them? That is the question. One player out of this 2 will be joining Anders Vergang's group. And we'll be closing the doors on the 24 players. Dinked over the top. Rafael Leao could be in behind here. Does cut it across. Theo Hernandez in the way of a acrobatic diving header from Kylian Mbappe.
Now I have a question for you, Rich. We've seen so much amazing competition this weekend. If you can have one player's tactics from today, who do you choose?
I'll be honest, I'm really liking how AboFawzi's playing, and I'd love to see what he's got on Gareth Bale. It looks like maybe inside forward, with just how aggressive he is going forward. Obviously we saw Paulo Neto yesterday. He had attacking wing-back on Theo Hernandez. Is that something that all the pros are doing, or was it just a specific style of play? But we can tell you, the winner of this game, their tactics will be announced at the end of the show, and me and Brandon will be diving into them and having a look through them, similar to what we did with Paulo Neto yesterday. If you are going to be joining us on Monday night, every single player's tactics will be revealed. Every Monday after we finish the show, we'll be diving into them, seeing what the pros are using, how they're differing from week to week, and how the very best on the planet go about FCIQ and the trials and tribulations in building specific teams under specific restrictions every single Monday. Corner whipped in, Van Dijk's up, good save from Courtois. He's going to reload. It's shot in there once again, and on this occasion, Virgil van Dijk is too strong. Dreamtime header. AboFawzi leads 3-1.
Yeah, no surprise there from Virgil. He's the man that you need in that situation. As we look back at the replay, it was a second chance at a corner, and it does go in for the second time there, and he is looking very, very strong. It's interesting though, because you say we get the tactics from the winter. I already inputted Paulo Neto's tactics into my weekend league, so I might have to put both in. We need options at the end of the day.
I'm sure it will help.
Okay, because my tactics aren't great. It's fine. No, you know what? I take so many notes this weekend, and we're bringing it back. Next weekend's weekend league, 15-0. I'm calling it.
If you get 15-0 on Foot Champs, I will gift you 100 subs.
Deal. All right, we're shaking on it.
And if you get less than 6 wins on Champs, you give me 50 subs.
Deal. Shake on it.
There we go. I've got 50 subs coming my way.
Oh boy.
We're about to go into half-time here. AboFawzi looking down the line, but can't quite accelerate away, and that will do us for the break. The Twisted Minds representative leading 3-1. If you are AboFawzi, you could tell that he was in complete control of this game. iMertal on the other side, maybe getting a little bit frustrated. What's he need to do in the 90 seconds now?
No, I think that he needs to go back to what worked well for him. He's obviously not doing the right thing right now. We will look at the highlights. Honestly, one of my favorite goals of the day. Start off with Georgia Stanway into the power shot. We get to see Mbappe here. We said it. The ball just sticks to his foot. As we look at this other goal here from Gareth Bale, power shot into Gerrard, just so strong.
Yeah, everything that AboFawzi hits as well is green timed. It's perfect. And you can clearly see iMertal there, frustrated. Because being completely honest, the 3 goals he's conceded, there's not a lot he can do about it.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating, and you can see it on his face, because this is the game that he needs to win. There's not another opportunity. It could be the end of the road, But you know what? There's another 9 minutes to go. 3-1, definitely, you could come back for this.
We do have a very special guest joining us for the second half, for the crowning moment of our 24th representative.
Nothing special about me. I'm sure people will be hoping a player or something. No, it's just me.
For about 8 hours straight, all you've told today is you qualified in the last chance qualifier. If there's anyone to get on during the last chance qualifier, it's you. So here we go. Virgil van Dijk. Oh, good header. Good save once again, but he will look for Van Dijk at that near post. Courtois comes and Courtois claims.
I do feel like Ryan analyzed it perfectly, the way Abo has just mastered the meta. The R1 pass into the power shot, which converted into 2 goals, but then...
He's onside. Rodman could be in on goal. Saliba comes across. He's hit early because of that presence from William Saliba. Recycle, Sophia Smith. Just wide.
Have you seen the way he takes those corners? It's not the quickness of it. He manually switches into Van Dijk and then just sends it to him. It's just incredible.
Graham Hansen here could be away from a couple of defenders, not quite on this occasion. Rafael Leao, speed boost into the space, and Courtois with a big save. You can see iMertal desperately trying to avoid that corner.
I mean, makes sense because it feels like there's a 33% chance of the ball getting in.
That is tough. I mean, there's not many players that you could put up against Van Dijk in any type of aerial situation. And so, especially when you have it down like that, you mentioned he's automatically switching into Van Dijk, and so he's able to control him manually. I think that's a must in most corners. I find it interesting, though, because when you are doing the quick fire corners, switching to a player is a lot harder. So how are they scoring that quickly? I don't know. I learn a lot from these competitions.
I'm trying to take the the quick corners as well at my home, but I feel like sometimes I miss the power bar. Sometimes it's a bit too much. Sometimes it's just less of what it should be. And I feel like they master it completely every single time.
Robbie Keane with a ping pass, but just offsides. That would have been a real tight decision. I don't know if we can actually see that again on how close that offside was, because he got it out of his feet straight away. Roy Keane pinged pass into the path of his attacking player and just wasn't quite quick enough to be onside. Let's have a look at it and see how close it is. Just watch the top of your screen there. I just went slightly too early, Rodman.
Yeah, has to be the timing, right? Just a millisecond, really. But he was offside, yeah.
Every millisecond, not just second, every millisecond counts. You can see from the screen there, iMertal is ready to go. He's in, and it's actually on AboFawzi's POV where we are waiting for a few changes.
It's tough for iMertal because he's been playing non-stop till I think he started at what, 6:30? I think it was. Now it's been a while, and he has been playing stress matches.
And extra time and pens, so he's pushing it to the limit mentally for sure.
Gareth Bale with the pace to go head-to-head alongside Virgil van Dijk, and has that upper body strength as well. Whipped in on the right boot, wasn't quite as accurate as he would have liked into Steven Gerrard, and could be a counter. It's flicked over the top. Sophia Smith, one-on-one with the keeper. Does she go round? She goes for the finesse and finds the back of the net. 3-2.
One more goal, and I mean the perfect counter-attack, really, with the first time lob pass into a striker, and then he didn't panic at all. He had all the time in the world, and sometimes, at least I'm playing champs, I'm panicking in this situation. But he went for the finesse, he scores, 30 minutes, 1 goal left.
Not many people using Sophia Smith up top as well, but I mean, I could tell from my own champs when I've played against her, she's a real problem. Shows the confidence to use her up top.
Absolutely. Sophia Smith from the NWSL. I think that we see a few players that are using unique items on their team, and it brings a different aspect to the game because you expect a team, and then you see a player like Sophia Smith, and it just changes it up a bit.
Only 4 players.
4 players.
Selected Sophia Smith, yeah. 6.35%, if my maths is correct.
I mean, the whole iMertal's draft with Spanish Tiger, with Keane, with Rodman, with Smith is weird.
All unique.
But it works. because he's alive still, just one goal behind.
Did you ever use sort of interesting players when you were competing, or was it very
Nah.
much whatever Nicholas is using, I'm using?
I wasn't really original, to be honest. I'll just chat to Nicolas, WhatsApp him. Hey, can I have a picture of your team? Then just got him, really.
Finesse from Rafael Leao, but it wasn't green, and it's into Courtois' hands. That time will play to iMertal's favour in this particular occasion. He's got loads of it to try and press the ball back and force a mistake or a defensive error out of AboFawzi on the other side of it. AboFawzi just got to keep playing the way he was, utilising Gareth Bale and the pace that he has.
Oh, Van Dijk.
That was monstrous from Van Dijk. He's flicking the ball over the top with Mbappe, which I'm finding quite interesting. Like, there's not a player like Bruno Fernandes in this team who can knock it over the top. Theo Hernandez to the edge of the box. Rafael with the head down. It's messy, but he does the job on that occasion, Case.
He does, and Theo tries to control the situation, but he does put it out of bounds. Could have been dangerous there.
Nice. Oof. It's close. I do really like the way Abo's playing at the moment. This could be...
Rafael Leao with the space. Diego Dallo comes across. He's floating into the box towards Mbappe. Can't imagine that he wanted the ball to go to that space. Bale at the top of the pitch. Through ball cutting open between the right back and centre back, but a Trivela in the end. Even though it was green, it would have been a wonder strike to beat the keeper from there.
Yeah, I think a Trivela with the speed boost was necessary. That distance, and he's through.
Mbappe one-on-one with the keeper. It was Smith last time. It's Kylian Mbappe this time, and he's curled it over the top of an on-rushing Courtois. And we are level pegging in the final game of the qualifier, Case.
I mean, this is exactly what we want. In the last game of the day, it is 3-3. He has come back in the game. We saw a lot of emotion on him. He did look down, but he was able to get it back together mentally. As we look at the goal here, Schweinsteiger picks it up, and no one is going to catch Mbappe in this situation. He's done it twice.
There's only a way you can stop this if you put your defensive depth so down to at least 50 or 60, because as we just saw, players switched to Van Dijk perfectly. But of course, the acceleration for Van Dijk, I think, is 64, 66, around that stat. So it's impossible for you to get that ball. Obviously, if your defense is up in the middle of the pitch.
But as soon as you lower that depth, you encourage so many power shots.
Well, that's another issue.
I suppose you've got to pick your poison. What do you concede more of? Is it the first time over the tops, or is it a power shot? There is Bruno Fernandes coming in, flicks it back to Gareth Bale! And AboFawzi answers right back.
That was a nice ball. The over-the-top through ball was amazing. The knockdown into an easy goal. I think it was Stanway.
Look at Bruno there, top of the pitch.
Stanway. Oh, beautiful pass. Knockdown. Easy goal by finish. How many goals has Bale scored for these last two matches? At least, I mean, 3 is the first one. Now
A lot.
Yeah.
And he wasn't selected, Gareth Bale, by a lot of players. Only 3 players selected Gareth Bale out of the 64 who came into London. It was a risk because he's also so much coin, like well over 3 million coins, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're taking Bale, you can't take Mbappe, you can't take Ginola. It is a risk, but if he wins this game, it's paid off, Case.
It has, and I think that squad building it's a very, very important aspect in this competition. I think some players are probably upset by the choices that they made this weekend because it can be detrimental to their entire tournament.
I think it happened to Young. When he came in here, I don't know who he was chatting with, but it was you. And you asked him about some team selection. What did he say?
Just say it picked wrong, picked a couple of players just incorrectly. I think the Bale shout is so interesting as well because, I mean, we've watched a couple of games now from AboFawzi. He's not a big skiller.
No.
So there's no point having someone like Mbappe in the team or Ginola in the team if you're not going to pull out a reversal last score and last goal. Sam Kerr, players like Gareth Bale, who are super strong, quick, pacey, and have got incredible shooting, can offer you that. Instead, Kerr is up and wins the header. Sam Kerr puts AboFawzi on the brink of the FC Pro Open.
Wow. I mean, it's just too quick, the corner. It seemed like this one, he took a little bit longer, so that's why Van Dijk header wasn't as clear. But then he's winning all the time. And then Sam Kerr against Saliba wins the header and scores probably the goal to make him qualify for FC Pro.
We don't see too much from Sam Kerr, especially in situations where she's going up against Saliba and winning the header. But green times, you know, maybe that helped the situation. But another player on the team that we haven't seen this weekend from barely anyone else.
I do feel like, I'm not sure. I think Sam Kerr has the power header on silver, but I'm not sure. Leao passes the ball to Hernandez, and he has to score. He finds Mbappe, nice player switch into Van Dijk, and it seems like, I'm not going to say the game is done because we still have 10 minutes left to play, and this is a mistake.
Sophia Smith with the touch.
Penalty.
To be a penalty. Will it be double jeopardy? Is there a card coming?
Yellow.
And it's a way back into the game. iMertal. Kylian Mbappe, he's moved early, goes down the middle. He stood but didn't dive. AboFawzi points to his head. I'm in your head, son.
He needed that.
Corner whipped in, and it's tipped over the bar from Thibaut Courtois. The relentless pressure again, and that header into Courtois' hands. AboFawzi takes his time on the delivery from his goalkeeper, and maybe that could have been the swing point in this game to send AboFawzi over the line. Let's have another look at the penalty. He stepped but didn't dive, so he's covering sort of the left-hand side of the goal and the middle.
Mental games.
It's an old Harry Hesketh trick.
It is, and now he's through. Sam Kerr against the keeper, goes for a pass into Dembele. Wow! AboFawzi stands up, points, and just spins out his chest. And he's qualified for FC Pro Open.
He knows that with a 3-goal swing, there's just not enough time left in the game. He beats the Twisted Minds logo on his chest. What a performance from AboFawzi. He's had to go the long way round.
Just look at the composure. I mean, the pass wasn't there, but he looked for it. Decided to take an extra touch. Finished with Dembele, 6-3. He's through to FC Pro Open.
Great decision making there. Very, very patient. I think that he just had the confidence in this match, and you slowly saw iMertal lose that confidence going throughout it. He did give it a good fight, but AboFawzi's too good.
I mean, when you win your first game in an elimination bracket, such a competitive game, such a tight game, 7-1, there's not a world in which you can lose the next 2 games. It just doesn't seem right that you're going to lose those next 2 games. It's a consolation from iMertal unless there's a capitulation of a meteoric size here from AboFawzi.
He knows.
He knows it's just too little too late.
He knows it's too late. He knows he doesn't have time. I mean, of course it's possible, and of course it's doable, but your opponent has to make so many mistakes. We're talking here, FC Pro, best players in the world. You're not going to see that.
He'd have to win the ball out from kickoff twice.
Maybe kick it to Courtois.
I mean, surely he saw the game, right? And surely he listened to Rich. Rich was screaming all over the studio, "Don't pass the ball to Courtois!"
Don't trust Courtois. You're just seeing the changes in tactics there coming in from iMertal. He's going a lot more aggressive, throwing bodies forward. It's his last hurrah at the FC Pro Open on the other side of the stage. Heartbreaking scenes at this moment for iMertal. Let's see what the last couple of minutes have got in store for us then. 6-4. He's inviting the pressure.
He has to go forward.
He is inviting the pressure. Just hold on a second. He's won the ball back, iMertal, but can't keep it in.
I'm telling you, you have to go forward. This is a mistake. You're inviting the pressure.
Theo Hernandez with a lovely pass down the line to bring Gareth Bale into play. Expect a run in behind, and then Bale to make that run as well into the corner. And now you can go back. +4. If Mertal would have scored, by the way, in that little flurry,
It would have been doable.
oh,
Could you imagine just considering a goal and just thinking, okay, I gotta keep the ball just for just a second, and then you see
Plus
+4.
wow.
They're not learning, are they, Rich?
Denzel Dumfries gets a run out in the FC Pro Open Global Qualifier, final game of the tournament. AboFawzi went the long way round, a 7-1 victory against Agit Power as Sam Kerr peels him into the FC Pro Open. An incredible player, another Twisted Minds representative, another Middle Eastern representative at the FC Pro Open. A fantastic achievement for everyone from Saudi Arabia and the Middle East case.
Absolutely. To go through Swiss stage 3-2 and then to have that roller coaster of a group stage. I mean, he played players like Agit, KTZN, Bandar, Paulo Neto. Then to come all the way through the last chance bracket against a massive player like iMertal. He's done it, AboFawzi.
He will be there. Our 24 players are confirmed. The field is set. AboFawzi gets his ticket to London. The FC Pro Open awaits for that young man, for Twisted Minds. And I cannot wait to see what he brings to the party. It will be loud, there will be goals, and Gareth Bale will be there, Gravison.
And you know what else will be there? Those power shots from the midfielders as well. Those corners, I feel like he mastered the meta. And I feel like in a month's time, he'll bring new things into the pitch. Congrats to him because he did perform flawlessly, and I do think he was the best player in this last chance qualifier.
What an achievement.